Well, it's time for the morning walk again. Days are stretching out nicely. It's just a little bit after 6. We got pretty good daylight. I think this weekend is the time change. Spring ahead. So that'll give us less morning light, more evening light. Either way to me, it doesn't much matter. What the clock says, I pretty much operate on the daylight hours. Back down to the boat launch. Check out the river situation. It's fun to watch it change as we move towards spring. And Lacey. A few geese. So today's kind of exciting. Lori and I are going into Medicine Hat and going to bring our grandson back. I plan to do a little woodworking project, which should be fun, although it has me a little nervous because I've not worked with him before. In his bedroom there was one of those electric fireplace things, and it has failed. We tried to repair it but unsuccessfully, so the thought came up that we could remove that. It leaves a cavity in the wall, so we're planning to build an insert to replace that, giving him a shelf to store his vinyl, he's into the vinyl. So that should be fun. That'd be our first project together. So trying to plan this thing with my grandson has been a bit of a challenge, you know. Kids are so busy now. There's always events going on, and then you gotta plan with mom. Have to involve an adult somewhere. So anyway, having this discussion, and it seems a mom is a mom, even if she's your daughter. She's all worried about the boy's safety, so I assured her, well, I have some safety glasses here, make sure he wears them. And then she's concerned about fingers, so I told her, well, don't worry about that, I have some sew-on fingers. But yeah, that didn't seem to ease her worries any. Okay, so what you got going?
I was just looking at something in the text. The name changed from Burning Orphanage for some reason to the Yappers to the Autistic Potatoes.
Autistic Potatoes, that's quite a name. So what we're going to do is, that's the top, and this will be an end. Okay, so I'm going to run some glue into this joint here.
I think that's the glue we used. It dries really fast and it's like yellow when it dries.
Yeah, and it can be sanded, all of that. I'm going to work it into that corner a little bit. I always get too much glue. I want to make sure everything's glued, but then I get it dripping, making a mess. Keep a rag. Okay. Let's slide it down this way a little bit. And I can hear your phone going.
The ringers, I might just...
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, I'll staple this one and then we'll work on that one. So if you can just hold it, once we get this end together, it'll keep itself upright. Okay. I did miss a line there, and I got a staple sticking out, so watch you don't snag your finger on that. We can trim it off, and it's on. I overcompensated because I wanted to be sure I didn't make it stick out on the inside, but I went too far. Okay, you want to give this a go here? It'll stand up now.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see that's gonna fit in there like that. And we want to watch this inside edge that we got a nice tight fit here, right? Because that's the side you're gonna see. So if you want to just run a little glue along there, and then if you run a bead there, and then you can use a finger and kind of get it into that corner so that it glues. You want to give this a go, or do you want to practice on a scrap piece? Well, you get it. You get it. Okay, here you go. I'll hold it in place.
So I don't remember how to use this.
Okay, well, just a sec. I'll get a couple scrap pieces. Okay, so it's this is the safety, so it's not going to fire until this is pushed against something, but then it's ready to go. Okay.
Right.
So there's basically what we're doing. We're fitting that into that, right? So you're going to be coming from here and trying to staple these two pieces together. So you want to avoid having staple come out on this side because that's going to be inside your cabinet. So better to angle it slightly to the outside. That's it. So just got to hold a little bit of pressure against it. And again, that button is the safety, so that goes down. Give it a shot. We're going to lift this guy up and set it down onto here, right? So that these ends that we cut are going to slide right down on. So just grab onto the end of this guy, we're gonna pick it up. Yeah, this one here. Pick it up like that and fit it down onto that piece. You get it? You fit it in there?
Yep.
Right on. Okay, let's slide it your way a little bit. And I'll try to hold the in place and you go ahead and staple it. We can set it down. Let's slide it your way. And then if you can tip it over towards me here, just pick up on the there, if you can get your fingers under it, yeah. Okay, now just nice against. If we get that bottom up against the table, then we should be able to put the square on here. Look at the gap here.
Yep.
So that means this side has to go that way, and then it should close that gap up, right? There we go. So we just get it kind of there. Okay, let's see how close we are on our measurement. Take that, and I'll go to the other end. Let's go here. So what's the measurement on the inside of that?
67.
67?
Oh, right, to the inside?
To the inside, like...
Here or here? This is
here.
66 and a half.
Here.
So, yeah, 66 and a half. Then
Now,
here is 60.
yeah, so now we're going to cut that back piece so that it fits right in there snugly.
Alright.
So right to there is what?
66 and a half.
Okay, exactly what we were. And let's check this. And that is 19 3/4, isn't it? Something like that. So that's the size we need to make. Let's check it again up on the top edge. See if we got 66 and a half again. Come right up to the top.
Yeah, 66 and a half.
Okay, right on. 66 and a half by 19 1/4. So that's what we got to do here. A pencil, tape measure. $19 3/4, is that what it was?
Let's just check again.
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 3/4.
Let me show you something about a tape measure. See this end, these rivets have a little bit of room to slide.
Yeah.
That's so that if you're measuring on the inside, you put a little pressure so that it slides tight. On the outside, then it can go that way. That compensates for the thickness of that hook, right? So when you're measuring inside, you just got to make sure that that's slid in there tight. Okay, so 19 3/4, is that what it says? Okay. What do you think? You want to give that a go?
Sure.
Okay. Why not? So there's the thumb thing you have to push first. Yeah, and you want to keep that flat on there, and keep that, right on the edge of that. You might have to back up so you can start it. It won't start when it's against the board. Okay. Not quite, a little too long?
Yeah, like a millimeter too long.
Oh, look, it's a little too wide this way too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we gotta do both.
I think if we just sand it down a bit, it'll work. Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be hard to do though. Dang.
Got sawdust in my pockets.
You have sawdust in every orifice. It's everywhere. To do with the sander, I think we'll try it with the miter saw. Because the miter saw you can take just the weakest bit off.
Okay.
And then this way I think we're going to be okay. Okay, so let's try the miter saw. We got that support is out. Oh, we flipped it over, so let's flip it back again. Okay, try your end. Go in. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Okay, so we'll take it out again and get glue all the way around. Go in. Drop it in.
Sure.
Get your end started, I think. There it is. Okay.
Can we get the stapler?
Yeah, let's get clamps to help us do that. We'll go across here.
Oh, those are the ones we used.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to push down and then you squeeze the clamp. Okay, should do it. We'll do another one. If this is big enough. Yeah, that's fine enough. Okay, I'm going to go down about here. Okay, I'll push it down. Okay, go for it.
There you go.
All right. Okay, staples. We're going to run out of staples. Let's just make sure that that's down all the way. I think it is. Might be out of staples.
Air came out of there for some reason.
Yeah, it's leaking a bit.
Kind of scared me because my teacher said like with those like the compressed air could give you like a heart attack or something.
Well, if you're messing with it, it can penetrate your skin. Like if you got an air hose and you're dusting your clothes off and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can actually go through your skin, and then if you get an air bubble in your blood, it goes. Your heart doesn't like air bubbles very well. Yeah, we're on. Okay. Alrighty, sir. What do you think?
I really like it. I'm excited to put it in my room.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
could put some LEDs on the top.
Yeah. Yeah. So now after lunch, we'll cut some trim board to come around here.
Okay.
And this is where a flange will come out to here, right? So cut that to trim around there. Should be good.
Yep.
All right, lunchtime. So these we can just glue and clamp.
Okay.
We'll get this one on, and then we can measure how long we got to cut that one. Okay. You want to run a bit of glue on there?
Sure. Then, where do we get the pieces to put them around here? To get rid of those gaps.
That we're going to do this one first, and then we'll do this.
Oh, with the big piece we still have?
Well, we're going to do it with different wood, right? Not plywood, with salvaged fir, like I'll show you here. I'll get a piece. Okay. Let me just go on there.
I'll get the cloth or the glue.
So you can get that other clamp. Now it's a little tricky, is when you squeeze the clamp down, sometimes that board will want to scoot around with the glue under it. Good. Squeeze it up good.
No, I need to move on a bit.
Now we want to make sure that this board we're putting on doesn't stick up higher than the
This
original one.
one's slipping down a bit.
Down a little bit is okay. Like right here it's high. We just want to make sure.
No, like this is getting down quite a bit.
Oh, that'll be okay there.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Better do that. Just in case there's adults around. So, see if that was a notch that fit over there, then it would completely straddle this board, and then you would have a little bit of the trim board would be on the inside here. You understand what I mean?
Yep.
Or we can try to make it so that it's just flush with this. Do you have thoughts? Do you like it flush, or would you like it so that it comes in here a little bit?
I like it. That stuff. I think I would like it flush.
Okay.
So like it would just stop along with the wall.
Yeah.
Just to be like
Yes. Yes. Otherwise, it would have an edge like that on the inside.
that. Okay. Yeah, I like it flush.
Like it flush. Okay. We'll go with flush then. Got a good one? Yeah, this old fir is really good at slivers. You get it?
No.
Might have to dig it out.
I think I got it. Yep.
Sometimes they'll leave a little piece in and you gotta dig it out with a knife.
Ew.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's gonna do it. Now, we can, if you want, shelf guide.
Sorry.
If you want, we can leave it like this and we'll be sanding it, and you can kind of just sand off these sharp edges. Or we can put a different end in the router and round it off, more like this here.
I think I would leave it like this. I like this straight
You like
stuff.
that?
Yeah.
I have a router tip too that takes off a 45-degree angle, so it just takes an angle off.
Yeah, I think I'd like the 45.
You like the 45?
Yeah.
So put that tip in and, well, I'll put it in and we can try a scrap piece and see. I like that look with the 45.
Yeah, I would do that.
It takes away a sharp edge like this. If something bumps it, it's more prone to making an obvious dent in it, right? Because it's just a thin edge. So if you take away that thin edge, it's more durable.
Okay.
As far as, you know, taking a hit goes. Okay, I'll change that router tip then. No, this is where we're at. This is what we want.
Oh yeah, because I get it now.
Yeah. So we're gonna go like that.
Then the other one will also have a point like that. And
Yes.
fit in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we got to get this guy right where we want it. So right coming right into that corner. So those line up nice. And then mark it down here. Somewhere there's just a regular pencil.
Yep.
Hi.
And then I'll go in first.
That's when we come in after we
Okay.
topless and then we're painted up.
Sam is good at that actually.
I made a mistake one time with
She has experience.
acting like I was gonna flash
Okay, so if we can, let's re-grip here so we can get the bottom end in first. So let's go hold it this way.
the whole time.
And so we're gonna set the bottom end. No, it fits that way. Oh.
A little extra.
Next year.
No extra.
You need a third? You need a third person?
No, we just, there's
There we go.
a term for that.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna say that.
It's recording.
Like I said, we're not going to say that term.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay.
That worked.
It's pretty good. That fits just
Perfect.
like it's supposed to, right?
Yeah.
Right, there it is. What do you think?
Yeah, it's really good. Thank you guys.
All right, well, thanks for helping. Well, back from Medicine Hat. Got that project with the grandson done. It's good. Had fun. Good memories for me to bank. Hopefully good for Clark. I think it worked out pretty good. I have to say thanks to the adults involved. Lori and Clark's parents for helping us put it together. It's a nice sunset from the bridge tonight. Thanks for joining Clark and I as we worked on our project. Bye for now. Enjoy your journey.